Hey there guys, welcome to the long-awaited series of Let's Talk Pokemon. Now as of recording this video, I have no subs, but I don't give a shit. I'm just making these videos for those that do happen to fall upon my videos and do happen to enjoy them. And I'm going to give a big shout out to Verlisify. I know he's been under, a lot of heat. I guess the past couple weeks maybe. And I just want to give him a shout out because he's basically given me the idea to basically do this series. And why are none of these bastards at level 50? Whatever. But as I'm talking, I would just like to give Verlis I guess a shout out. Just for giving me the idea to make this series. And yeah, aside from that, once I've apparently forgotten to make all of these level 50, since that's basically what I'm going to be going off of if you don't know. Level 50 is the base that all competitive play is done on Wi-Fi. At level 100, it's a little different. But on Showdown, it's level 100, but we're not doing on Showdown right now. So, we're starting off here with Abomasnow. Now, as I said, it has two different abilities, Snow Warning and Soundproof. We're looking at Snow Warning today, and let's jump right into it. So the first set that we have here, we have a standard Life Orb set with Blizzard, Giga Drain, Earthquake, and Ice Shard. 4 attack, 2 max special attack, max speed with a hasty nature. This Abomasnow hits incredibly hard. It hits really hard, especially in U tier when you're going against stuff that you can hit really hard, like Vileplume, Torterra, Pyroar, Magmortar, Electivire, stuff like that. And it really does pack a punch. It 2-hit KOs Pyroar and Magmortar with Earthquake. It 2-hit KOs Torterra with Ice Shard. It's OHKOs, I believe. It OHKOs, or has a really good chance to OHKO Fizz Def Vileplume. And also, I think it has a semi-decent chance to OHKO Spidef Vileplume as well. And I'm just gonna basically voice my opinions on Abomasnow as a whole at the very end, and basically how I would suggest that you support it. Next one, this is kind of like my personal flair. I decided to do an Ice Shard Giga Drain Earthquake set with Swords Dance, and at +2 with Swords Dance, I do still 2-hit KO stuff like Torterra. Wait, no. I OHKO it. Yeah, I OHKO. I OHKO stuff like Torterra. I'm not gonna OHKO Vileplume. I think it's still like a 2 to 3-hit KO with Ice Shard. I OHKO Magmortar. I OHKO Pyroar. And then the 176 special attack is just so Giga Drain gives me some health back. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just there. And the reason why I wanted this set is because I wouldn't say it's a hard counter, but it's a nice counter to a lot more of the physically defensive or especially defensive mons that Blizzard just can't KO. And this is why I like Swords Dance. I think that it's a cool option for it, which I'll get into in, I believe, the next couple sets. That I wanted to play around with, basically. It's cool in that regard that it has access to Swords Dance. It's such a great physical move pool in stuff like Ice Shard, Ice Punch, Seed Bomb, Earthquake, Rock Slide, Outrage, I believe Focus Punch as well, Brick Break. Those kinds of moves, and it's got a really nice coverage, and that's where I really enjoy it. I think it's cool. And just getting into the next set, we do have a standard, or I guess my typical standard Swords Dance set. Seed Bomb, Ice Shard, Earthquake, and Swords Dance. Nothing really to talk about here other than basically it's just giving me a nice way to set up and potentially sweep late game, especially if stuff like Vileplume has been significantly weakened. Torterra again is basically OHKO'd by the Ice Shard. It's just got a lot of good value to it. Seed Bomb is doing a lot of stuff. It just destroys Barbarical if it's not stashed, if it's like White Herb or something like that. It takes care of Gastrodon. Like, it is an absolute beast with a lot of prior damage. The next set, we have another Life Orb Sweeper, but this is a more special offensive set. The big reason why I wanted to run this set with sub is because, and I thought about it with a physical set, but the thing that I don't like about a physical set here is that it just does not work as well. I look at it and I kind of look and say, okay, I can do that. I can make it work, but the problem is I want Swords Dance. I thought about maybe doing something a little bit different and having something like Ice Punch and Earthquake and oh shit, no, I did not want to do that. Or Swords Dance and Earthquake, but it just doesn't work on the physical side to me. Versus the special side where it's got a lot of hard hitting moves. Blizzard, Giga Drain, Focus Blast, Shadow Ball, Water Pulse is an interesting option to take care of fire types. And I think that's it from what I can just come off from memory. Actually, if I just do this, pretty special. Obviously, again, yeah, it's got like hidden power. Yeah, that's about it. Let's just put a substitute. But yeah, it's more or less I want the sub to stop potential. I guess like potential T-Waves from Pharaoh Seeds. And actually, I was gonna say Ferocid because apparently the anime thinks that Pharaoh Seed is pronounced Ferocid. Thought I'd put that out there. Also, potential just a bunch of other potential things that I just don't want to deal with, like Toxic, Burns, and stuff like that that'll whittle me down. I just don't want to deal with that. Blizzard again destroys Fizdef, Vileplume, Torterra. Focus Blast does an obscene amount, if not it OHKOs Pyroar. It is a nice way to hit Steelix. Giga Drain is just there for reliable recovery and some reliable damage output. So again, these first four sets are just kind of like me just kind of spouting stuff off, like just some standard Life Orb sets, because I will be honest here, I will never see in my life a defensive Abomasnow, and there are a couple reasons why. I was toying around with a set in my head as to how it could work, because I do eventually, when you guys eventually see the Battle Spot Abomasnows, that I have some that can work as like defensive sets, but I don't like it. With moves, again, like you have Leech Seed, Toxic, and plus the Hail, yeah, it's a really cool Stallmon, but it sucks. Its defensive typing, it just does not work for it to be defensive, being weak to Rock, quad weak to Fire, weak to Flying, Bug, Fighting. It's not that great. While again, you do have good resistances to Water and stuff like Gastrodon, as well as Ground. That's all I can think of. Electric, and stuff like that. Like, it just does not have a really good muster. I think it's even weak to Ice. My God, Abomasnow. But Life Orb are honestly the best way to go, just because of reasons. It's able to switch its moves. It doesn't have to switch in and out as often. But when we get here, we have basically two different sets. There's actually, Choice Scarf Timid, Choice Scarf Jolly, Choice Scarf Adamant, and Choice Scarf Modest. Now, I'm personally an advocate for both because I like both. I think having both Timid, Modest, and like Jolly and Adamant are really good options, especially when it comes to the potential of just feeling like some battle you may just want the extra power versus the extra speed. And yeah, I throw on Water Pulse here because again, it's its only other good move, and with Snow Warning, why fucking use Solar Beam? Choice Scarf, you could throw on something like Energy Ball here. I think Giga Drain is just a nice move to have in general right there. Just for reasons. It's just give you some health back if you absolutely need it in the long run. This special set though, or the physical set, has Ice Punch. Choice Scarf Ice Shard is doing nothing anyways. I figure Ice Punch is just better in the sense that priority Ice Shard plus Choice Scarf makes no sense. And I think that having the extra boost in power by 35 in Ice Punch, just better to have. Facade is nice because if I take any sort of damage, whether I get hit by Toxic Spikes from Garbodor, Will-O-Wisp from Hex Rotoms, or Hex Spell Take Rotoms, even Paralysis or whatever, I at least have a good move to use. Facade is going to double to 170 base power. And while it's going to be doing a little bit more than Seed Bomb, it's going to be doing more than Ice Punch, and even Earthquake, it's a really good move just for me to have as like that little security option, right? Like, I like that idea. Another option you could throw on here is easily Rock Slide. Rock Slide's another good move. I personally think that Facade here is really nice just based off of I want to be able to deal a lot of damage out and stuff, and that's just kind of my thought process. Rock Slide's a great option, especially if you're running into a lot of flying types and you don't want to lock yourself into Ice Punch because the last mod something like that resists ice, and then let's say it's let's say you go for Ice Punch, but they have something like, let's say it's Altaria for some reason, and that's out, and then they also have let's just say Politoed. Like, you're gonna want to go with the move that's gonna do the most damage, and if your status, Facade is just gonna do way more. Now, when we go out here to Abomasnow sets number 2, it's the only way I could fucking just have it be like backup restore teams, because I want to keep all these just because I plan on getting a new computer at some point. I don't know when, but I do, and I just want to be able to, when I get my new computer, obviously I'll be able to import export these things just in general onto my computer, and I just think that it's gonna be a little bit better. That's what I'm gonna do with a lot of the other teams that I have on the web browser version. But aside from that, these last few are banned. Well, as you saw this. I threw Rock Slide on here just because it's a nice option again. It's a nice option. I still think Facade is just better. Gives you the extra damage that you may or may not need. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. But Choice Bandit, I threw Ice Shard back on. I feel that Choice Bandit Ice Shard is a great thing to have. Fuck Rock Slide, fuck Facade, Ice Shard is just the better move to have. It gives you stab Choice Bandit priority, and that thing can hit super hard. Basically the same explanation for the other ones: Seed Bomb, Gastrodon, Ice Punch, Dragons, Ground, Flying, Earthquake, Fire, Steel, all that fun shit. But the choice spec sets are where it gets a little bit interesting for me. I think Energy Ball is honestly one of the better options here, but I also like the recovery that it gets since you're weak to rocks. Water Pulse though is shit. I'm not even gonna dance around that fact. Water Pulse is disgusting. I hate that bitch. Water Pulse is stupid. It's the only move that really just gave me something, I guess, that like wasn't terrible. I mean, sure, I could have thrown on Ice Beam, but that's not gonna do me shit. Shadow Ball, I thought about it, like, it's not gonna do me much either. I guess it gives me a better matchup against stuff like Rotom. Actually, I actually like that a little bit more now that I think about it. Jesus. I don't know if I can do that in the first place. Shadow Ball gives me a better matchup versus stuff like Rotom, just regular Rotom. Especially against other ghost types like Miss Maggie's and stuff like that may want to burn me, and Hex and stuff. It's just a nice option. It's just a nice option to get rid of those. As well as psychic types like Mesprit, Xatu as well. It's just a nice option in general. And then here we go with the other two sets here. And yeah. Now, basically, how do you want to support any Abomasnow? Well, with the Life Orb sets in particular, you can kind of I can kind of tell you right now that you're gonna want a lot of prior damage. So having a rather, I guess, offensive team, or like having at least an offensive threat, is very good. And if we, like, I'll pull up another team here, just as an example. We'll go NU, add Pokemon. There are a lot of big threats. Obviously, you don't want to have too big of an ice weakness, so, or like not an ice weakness. You don't want to have like too many of one type per se. Like, I wouldn't run Auroras because it's not gonna do much. But something like SD Speed Boost, Focus Sash, Combuskin could work. Special Offensive Combuskin, Electivire, Offensive Lantern even could be interesting. Assault Vest Ludicolo, Choice Scarf Manectric, Choice Specs or Choice Scarf Mismagius, Rock Polish, Weakness Policy Regirock, Life Orb Shiftry, Life Orb Skuntank, Choice Scarf Scizor, like SD Samurott, like stuff like that is really gonna help Abomasnow out in its quest. So basically, let's just put on, probably in my opinion. No. I do not want Magmortar. Actually, no. Let's leave Magmortar, and we'll call you Prior Damage. So basically, prior damage is just one of those things that you need. Next, hazards. Now, one very nice hazard setter I like personally is Garbodor. The reason why I like Garbodor is because of this. Spikes. Toxic Spikes. Yeah. It's nice because it's one of those mons that can do that really well. You can also go with something like Eviolite Rhydon to get up rocks, make this more mixed defensive with a little bit of speed investment. I think to outspeed other potential walls or max speed mons, which is kind of nice, especially once you get some Toxic Spikes. It's going to help wear down your opponents a lot, as well as some Spikes and Stealth Rocks. Now, the other thing that you could also do is have Thunder Wave support. Now, I'm just going to pull up Thunder Wave here, and also just do NU. NU in general has a lot of cool T-Waivers. Something like Aggron, Body Slam, Miltank, Ferocity, Liepard, Rotom. Lanterns, I'd rather Scald. Xatu. So something like that is really going to help it out. And I'm just actually going to put Liepard in here. So let's just put this. speed control is basically what I'm trying to get at. Having that speed control is very useful for Abomasnow to actually do some solid damage. Especially since its low base speed doesn't help it out. Only at level 50, even with max speed Hasty, or like max speed Jolly, max speed Tim, whatever, it outspeeds Adamant Samurai, which is not that great. So, well, it's great in the sense that like SD, like you see a lot of SD Samurai, like Aquajet, Waterfall, Mega Horn, that kind of stuff, but it's still kind of shitty because that's like your best option to counter something like that with. Other forms, obviously, you have stuff like Tailwind, which is great, and then you got stuff like Xatu, Mantine, which is cool, and stuff like that. But you also need hazard removal. So you can think of like Defog and look at just strictly NU, and some logical defoggers that you're gonna go to. Eviolite Scyther is one that you could go with. Shift Tree as well is another cool defogger, because that's kind of its role in NU. I actually thought Shift Tree was RU. Just saying. I don't know. I honestly thought it was. I don't know why. I honestly thought it was RU because it's so good. Because it's got stuff like Leaf Storm, Knockoff, Sucker Punch, and then you could throw on Defog. Right? Like, it's got its options. I'm hoping Defog comes back because I'm thinking of stuff like Mantine that I could use Defog with, Skuntank, Pelipper, because I like playing legit, even on Showdown for some reason. I don't know why. But we're going to throw on my boy Shift Tree, and we're going to go Hazard Removal. And name him that. Prior damage, Hazard Speed Control, and Hazard Removal. With RC. Defog. And that's basically it to me. I'm giving you some Pokemon that you can use to really get off that prior damage, especially in NU. NU is that awkward tier, especially now with the whole baton pass speed. No, you can't pass speed to anything now, especially since I agree with the whole ban in that Combustion was getting a little out of control, sending speed boosts to. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. And that it was just rather rampant, and how it was really ruining the metagame in general. So, yeah. I guess just as like other things you can use as well. Let's look at U-turn and speed. Who's the slowest U-turner in NU? Oh, not want to do that. Slowest U-turner in NU. Pelipper, okay, what about Volt Switch? Lantern. Okay. So basically the reason why I point this out is because of this. Slow Volt Turn. And I'm giving this to you guys right now just because Slow Volt Turn is basically another nice way to get Abomasnow in for almost scot-free. Because stuff like like physically defensive Pelipper makes defensive Lantern really work well as defensive walls. Especially in Lantern's case, because it doesn't need a lot of speed. I think it carries enough speed to outspeed. Is it? No. Is it? I want to say it's neutral natured or like adamant or modest base 70s, I think. Is that it? Because it's 240, right? Hold on. I'm thinking. I think they run timid and then 200. No, I think it's 112 speed that they run. I'm trying to think of what that outruns. I can't think of what it outruns now that I think about it. I'd have to look, but I know it's supposed to outrun something. And then it's got like max special attack. Definitely the 112 speed, timid, and then 144 spadef. Or maybe it's like 112 modest. It's something like that. It's mostly to outrun something that I just can't think of right now. But slow full turn is very useful just to get it in and out in general, which is really, really useful for it. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired. I've been working early mornings at work, so yeah, that's why I'm yawning just a little bit today. But yeah, in general, like this is the kind of stuff that I feel like you need. It's just kind of stuff that it works well for Abomasnow to potentially get a late game sweep. Hazards could even be just in general. I know this is illegal, but sticky web, and I'll even just throw on a stealth rock on there just for shit, and then I'll throw on obviously this stuff, and yeah, it's just that kind of stuff that I think is kind of needed. But yeah, that's kind of it, to be perfectly honest, for Abomasnow. It's a very fun Pokemon when given the chance. I know I've used it a few times. I wouldn't say it takes a while to get used to using it, but it's kind of debilitating because of snow warning, weakening your own Pokemon, plus potential hazards and stuff. Kind of shitty, but you kind of have to go with the flow, my dear friends. So, yeah, about that soundproof thing. I'm just going to get that out of the way now because I don't want to do a complete video for it. Snow Warning is just the better of the two abilities. Soundproof has its uses in the higher tiers for potentially Mega Abomasnow. You can switch in on stuff like, potential hyper voices, bug buzz, and such. It's still a shit ability, especially when you have no use in using it. It's just that ability that I don't particularly enjoy using. I thought about it. It works in a select few situations, I feel, but overall, you're not gonna get the most out of Soundproof. You're not gonna have accurate blizzards and such. So that really sucks. You're also not going to have residual damage weakening your opponents, which sucks. And again, it's just not that Soundproof is a bad ability in general. For some Pokemon like Electrode and PU, it works because Chatot and Boomburst is a destructive thing, especially if it's carrying the choice specs. I just don't see it as useful in the NU tier. RU as well, like it's got its uses against choice specs or Metronome Exploud, but it's so crap in a lot of other situations. And me, as of like this recording, I've been breeding Snovers for a long ass time. And yeah, it's just one thing that I don't particularly like. Oh god. Again, you can have your own opinion about it. I think that, again, it's a cool ability in, say, doubles, which I'll get into in the Battle Spot video next time, which is basically switch it in. Hyper Voice can't do anything to you from Mega Salamence or Mega Gardevoir or Mega Altaria or any Pokemon. You can set up a sub while they're like, how the hell am I going to kill you? Set up your sub on a redirection, and they can't touch you. You Mega Evolve, you get your Snow, you get your Hail, and you can just fire up Blizzards. Just boom. Gone. And that's the way I see Snow. That's the way I see Soundproof really being used. It's, again, one of those abilities that's so situational that it's not even funny. is just so situational to a point where it's actually kind of like, what the fuck. But guys, that is actually where I'm going to leave you for today. This has been like a 30-minute video. I thought it was only going to be like maybe 10 minutes. And sorry just ahead of time. Looking at it now, OBS has been like, oh, well, I'm going to cut off just a little bit along the side here. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like on the video. It would make me so happy. And I know there's no music in the background. I'm recording this yeah, after work, you know, after doing some cleaning and stuff like that. I'm really tired. I was gonna put on some music, you know, some Glitch X City, Dragon Roost Island theme. Oh my god, I love that song they made. But I'm gonna get the hell out of here, guys. Until next time, when we look at Abomasnow in doubles. In battle spot doubles, of course. Battle spot doubles is what I'm going to be looking at primarily. So, until then, guys, I hope you guys have a great day. Because you already know I care. I do, just so you know. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. For like the 7th time I've mentioned it. And yeah, I'll catch you guys all next time. Peace out.